Master of the Game is a gripping thriller written by American author and television producer Sidney Sheldon. Published in 1982, it follows the story of Kate Blackwell, who inherits her father's business empire, transforms it into a multinational powerhouse called Krugerbrand International, and faces the challenging task of choosing her successor among her children. The novel achieved great success, spending 4 weeks as the #1 bestseller on the New York Times bestseller list. It was later adapted for television in 1984. After Sidney Sheldon's passing, his publisher commissioned a sequel titled Sidney Sheldon's Mistress of the Game, authored by Tilly Bagshaw. However, focusing on the original novel, Master of the Game begins at Kate Blackwell's 90th birthday celebration, where she is the revered matriarch of her affluent family and the esteemed owner of Krugerbrand International. As she reaches this milestone, Kate experiences a vision of her deceased loved ones, who beckon her to join them. Reluctantly, she declines their invitation, driven by her unwavering determination to find a worthy heir who can carry on her legacy. The narrative then takes a step back in time to the 1860s, introducing Jamie McGregor, a daring adventurer from Scotland. Jamie sets off to Klipdrift, South Africa, drawn by the allure of the newly discovered diamond fields. However, upon arrival, he is deceived and left destitute by a local merchant named Salomon van der Merwe. Fortunately, Bonda, van der Merwe's African servant, comes to Jamie's rescue, saving his life. United by their shared enemy, Jamie and Bonda hatch a plan for revenge. Their first step involves executing a risky heist to steal a vast amount of diamonds. Emboldened by their success, Jamie, now unrecognizable, returns to Klipdrift and seduces Margaret, van der Merwe's daughter. When Margaret becomes pregnant, Jamie unveils his true identity and exposes her secret, publicly humiliating van der Merwe before their judgmental community. However, Jamie's thirst for vengeance remains unquenched. With his ill-gotten fortune, he establishes Krugerbrand, a prosperous company, and covertly gains control of the town's bank. Manipulating van der Merwe into insurmountable debt, Jamie calls in his loans, driving his enemy to despair and ultimately suicide. The story unfolds with intensity and intrigue, exploring the depths of Jamie's ruthlessness and ambition. His actions lay the foundation for the Blackwell family's extraordinary wealth and influence, setting the stage for Kate Blackwell's unwavering pursuit of a suitable heir. Margaret endeavors to hold Jamie accountable for their son, but when he refuses, she takes matters into her own hands. Margaret leaves their baby, Jamie Jr., on Jamie's doorstep, hoping he will step up. As Jamie embraces the responsibility of raising his child, his love for his son grows. In order to legitimize Jamie Jr., Jamie reluctantly agrees to marry Margaret. However, one fateful night, in a drunken state, Jamie mistakenly confuses Margaret for his lover, resulting in her becoming pregnant with their daughter, Kate. Amidst their complex family dynamics, the Bantu rebellion erupts, bringing turmoil and danger. Bonda, always loyal to Jamie, saves baby Kate from harm. Tragically, Jamie Jr. is kidnapped and meets a devastating fate. Overwhelmed with grief, Jamie suffers a stroke, leaving him incapacitated. Margaret takes charge, caring for Jamie and assuming control of his business. She forms a partnership with David Blackwell, Jamie's former lieutenant. During the tumultuous times of the Boer War, young Kate experiences her own harrowing abduction. This traumatic event fuels her determination to wield power and control in the future. As Kate matures, she falls in love with David Blackwell, a man 2 decades her senior, and resolves to claim the reins of the company after Margaret's passing. However, upon Kate's return from business school, she discovers that David is engaged to another woman who expects him to take over her family's business. Driven by her relentless ambition, Kate employs ruthless manipulation to sway David into breaking his engagement and marrying her instead. As World War I unfolds, Kate immerses herself in the arms industry, much to David's dismay. Despite his objections, Kate presses forward with production while David enlists and departs for the war-torn lands. Kate realizes that the success and fortunes of the company hold greater significance to her than her faltering marriage. Tragically, David meets his demise in a mining accident, leaving Kate widowed. In the midst of her grief, Kate prematurely gives birth to their son, Tony. Determined to honor her vision for Krugerbrand's growth, Kate transforms the company into a multinational powerhouse. However, Tony exhibits little interest in the family business, instead aspiring to be an artist. Kate strikes a deal with him, allowing him to study art in France with the condition that if he fails, he must return to assume control of the company. Despite Tony's talent, Kate secretly pays a prominent critic to sabotage his first exhibition. Faced with disappointment and shame, Tony succumbs to his mother's wishes and returns to take charge of Kruger Brent. Thus, the legacy of power and manipulation continues, as Kate's relentless pursuit of dominance shapes the destiny of the family and the company. During his tenure at the company, Tony's world is shattered when he discovers that his girlfriend, Dominique, was actually a spy hired by Kruger Brent to gather information on him. Feeling betrayed, he severs all ties with his mother, Kate, and leaves the company behind. Recognizing that Tony is not the heir she had envisioned, Kate resorts to manipulative tactics to ensure a powerful lineage for her family. She coerces Tony into marrying Marianne Hoffman, a German heiress, with the hope that their children will inherit two influential companies. Tragically, Marianne learns that childbirth poses a significant risk to her life, but Kate convinces her to disregard the warning. Marianne, unfortunately, succumbs to the complications of childbirth, leaving behind twin daughters. Consumed by grief, Tony discovers that Kate is responsible for his wife's demise. He also learns the truth from Dominique, who reveals that his mother sabotaged his exhibition. Overwhelmed by these revelations, Tony experiences a psychotic breakdown and attempts to kill Kate. Subsequently, he is apprehended, subjected to a lobotomy, and confined to an institution. Kate's desire to raise Tony's twin daughters, Eve and Alexandra, becomes a reality. However, their contrasting personalities emerge as Eve exhibits manipulative and psychopathic tendencies, while Alexandra embodies kindness and warmth. Initially, Kate designates Eve as the successor to Kruger Brent. Yet, upon discovering Eve's murderous intentions towards her sister, Kate disinherits her completely. Eve crosses paths with another disinherited individual, George Mellis, and together they devise a sinister plan. George will marry Alexandra and eliminate her, forcing Kate to reinstate Eve as the rightful heir. The plan unfolds as George weds Alexandra, but Eve's relentless taunting pushes him to brutally assault her. By a stroke of luck, Eve encounters Dr. Keith Webster, a skilled plastic surgeon, who flawlessly restores her appearance, allowing her to bear an uncanny resemblance to her twin sister. Taking advantage of her newfound appearance, Eve assumes Alexandra's identity and proceeds to murder George. As the police build a case against her, the success of their prosecution relies on the accuracy of Eve's reconstructive surgery. Dr. Webster, aware of this crucial evidence, exploits it to blackmail Eve into marrying him. However, their union quickly crumbles as Eve engages in extramarital affairs, prompting Webster to punish her by disfiguring her face during a routine cosmetic procedure aimed at removing laugh lines. Meanwhile, Alexandra enters into a marriage with George's psychiatrist, and they have a son named Robert. This brings the narrative up to the present, where the intricate web of deception, manipulation, and revenge continues to unfold, shaping the destiny of the characters involved. 8-year-old Robert possesses an extraordinary musical talent, displaying the potential of a prodigy. Despite his remarkable gift, Kate, driven by her business-oriented mindset, attempts to steer Robert towards the world of commerce. However, Alexandra and her husband firmly advocate for the importance of allowing Robert to pursue his own passion and make his own choices. Eventually, Kate acquiesces, recognizing the significance of granting him the freedom to follow his artistic path. To support Robert's musical aspirations, Kate extends an offer to introduce him to a renowned musician, akin to her previous gesture of assistance. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.